G'day again, folks. This is full colon Bogdan-Saris, full colon Google full stop, copyright copy claim. Excuse the lighting if it's not the greatest. I am in my car as it is quite late at night. Well, it's almost 10 o'clock and I live with housemates now. And I presume they're going to work tomorrow or something like that. So I've decided to make this video in my car. So yeah, I've been moving houses to get into a bit of my personal things. Yeah, in this video, what can I say? Even just on the basis of that. So yeah, this video will be titled having options equals freedom, and how this is basically what I'm doing is leaving myself options and not despairing, as it were, in tough times, because it sure is tough times taking into account the especially here in the islands in Australasia, and in Australasia being the full colon Terra hyphen Australis full stop, here being full colon Zealand full stop. And how the New Zealand jurisdiction has been, everyone's accepted, even not only that they've accepted the new act that is just putting on massive restrictions, and if there's no restrictions, it is just a massive control that people are complying by. Okay, so they've done all sorts of social engineering exercises before, but now with this thing that is happening now, they are really pushing for for everyone to accept that you now have corporate overlords that dictate your private life. Okay, and it starts in the public, it starts in the mall, it starts in the neighborhood, and it starts everywhere and anywhere where you might get in contact with machines, with people. They're trying to turn people into machines, because if you are the equivalent for the word robot is slave. So if you're a human slave, you're some kind of a human robot. Okay, that some sort of master administrator is administering your estate for you. Now, this is what happens for these people that apply, that not only apply, that accept for these things, they get themselves registered with these corporations, okay? Register their properties, register their kids, register everything. And then they are rewarded, again, in the short term. In the short term, it looks like their lives haven't been affected at all, or have been affected minorly, and they're getting their rewards back, as it were, right? You can go work, you can go to the swimming pool, you can date, right, correctly. That's yet another subject I would like to get into, that that's a mess in and of itself without these mandates and without these things. Now with the mandates and things like this, it is, yeah, it's almost like there is only one specific kind of people. Okay, it is just compliant, in other terms, robotic human beings that are allowed to procreate. But that's not procreation. There's no, or should we say yes, is procreation, because it's pro, meaning no, which is a prefix, okay, and creation. So that's an option that I've opted out for. So I either get a chance at creating life, at creating a family, or no thank you very much on the procreating and having the state or other corporations dictating who my partner's going to be, who the mother of my kids is going to be, and all aspects in between. I mean, if they can make that decision, I'm sure that they're allowed to attempt to make any other decisions for me. So, despite these massive headaches and problems that are out there, it's important to keep in mind that, even what they would call losing, which is still winning, so even a partial win in terms of just not complying with this is a win and is more freedom, right? So whatever freedom is left, you're better off living that freedom, being factually, than what it is to go along with a pretend freedom and a pretend ownership and a pretend fictitious. Okay. But yeah, it is. This is why, in terms of religion, in terms of the Christian belief, they would say that right now we are in the middle of the apocalypse and within the Revelations sections of the Bible, because these people with the fictitious are trying to show off, as it were, that they're happy dandy and it's all going great for them. But this is on the face of it, right? And even with this, they're failing to to show this correctly. Like, there's hardly any happy clans that I can see out there, and or should I say healthy and correct, right? For the ones that can see things really for what they are. I mean, it's just as when I was younger, I would see certain scenarios, certain things, and I would think one thing of them. Then later down the track, to get more information and to have more knowledge about life and facts, and then to come to the conclusion that no, I was totally wrong. Like, say a good one, how naughty guys and people that go, I don't know, get into drug dealing, things like this, on the face of it, they can look like they're very successful. They've got the Rolex watch, they've got the this and that, right? But if you're patient and you observe their lives, you get to hear that, or maybe even see that after some time of living like that, they end up being locked up, or all sorts of other problems, or beaten up and having their things stolen, or just all manner of things, like their property is destroyed. This is what I've seen time and time again, just in that little example. Same as how, you can have genuine, correct relationships between people, or you can have make-pretend relationships, and you can go out there when we're at the shops and show me how, oh, well, we've got a wonderful relationship. But you have not shown me that these type of relationships are and have been sustainable. So there's not much evidence pointing in other regard. I have seen how these short relationships and the the more actually hookup they are, but the more effort that they put into try and make it seem as if it's a genuine relationship, it actually ruins your chances to have better levels of trust and things like this in future relationships. So in layman's terms, if you play around with fake relationships, you end up just being able to do just that. Is where other people try and focus in developing real relationships, which even if you can't achieve that as a result of the societal split that's been in place for so long, with now the cherry on top of the splitting being the vaccine passports and mandates and things like this, that they're in effect, as much as it would be here in with the jurisdiction of New Zealand, while in Europe and in UK and things like this, they've completely dropped these mandates. So that there's yet another mental cognitive dissonance that they lay on these people. The media here, the media on TV, the stuff on TV is completely censored. Like, I don't even think I've seen anything of the news from the United Kingdom, which there with the Union Jack. Last time I checked, even on the New Zealand flag, you've got the Union Jack, but we're not getting any news of Boris Johnson and what's happened over there here in New Zealand whatsoever. So it is gobsmackingly amazing the amount of segregation that they've managed to create for the majority of the people here in New Zealand. So doesn't matter that we've got internet, doesn't matter that, you know, it's 2022, the media is still being controlled, and it kind of like, you know, what you would presume that the media would have been like in the 50s or the 60s or something here, but with added real-time censorship and all of that. So yeah, to some degree I agree to the enlightened Kiwi that lives in the United States. I genuinely see how someone of his age and things like this would have just had enough and would have just been like, nah, you know what, like I haven't been paying my taxes and brought up kids and all of this to have to be able to have to put up with this crap. Then you get younger people like me, that younger living men like myself, not many, if any, I'm willing to give this thing yet some more goes, right? Like I'm only 30, 31, and I'm going to continue being free and just being an example to the world that even though I'm not complying with the what I call illegal mandates, because that's what it is, because it's creating inequality in society. You have people that are more than equal that are vaccinated, and then you have people that are less than equal that are not vaccinated, right? And I've made a point in other videos that I haven't put on YouTube, where that this is factual. There's people that are doctors. There's people that are very highly qualified. They know that they don't need these procedures, these vaccines. And as a result, they've got no more job, right? So you could be genius or, PhD and all of this, normally earning $100,000 or more a year. And now, as a result of this, you're stuck on $300 or so a week, okay? from the now you're dependent on the government, right? So are they giving us much choice here? You got choice to be dependent on the government and the COVID-19 corporations to go and get the jabs whenever they say they do and use all the other products like the applications and all the rest of it. Or you have the other option. Is there really another option? Because it's still part of being dependent on the government by taking the benefit, right? What else are you going to do, right? There is yet another chance if they would stop segregating all of us that are not with these mandates, okay, that are not taking the vaccines and stuff, and let us go and have our own venues so we can run some businesses, right? So is it about keeping people safe and not having this disease supposedly manifest? It's not manifesting in me, and there's many others like myself that is not manifesting in them. We could be running businesses. We could be working with each other, for each other, things like this. But no, you have, by now, I presume that instead of, even by pandemic rules, you would think by now, there would be little areas where people that are not vaccinated live, and then other areas where they're 100% vaccinated, right? Even just for reference purposes, so that you can keep these things in control. No, at the moment, what they've done, it's like you have one individual that is not vaccinated, surrounded by 100% people that are vaccinated, because it's all about forcing everyone to get vaccinated, right? It's about, so why they are doing this, they are tyrannically doing this so that it doesn't give a chance for a very small minority community to grow, okay, that does not comply with this stuff, right? This is where it's at, and I don't care. I absolutely don't care. But by the end of this exercise, if they keep going like this, the people that are not doing this vaccine will, one, have the strongest immune system out of everyone, and two, have the strongest free will out of everyone, and three, genuinely be a sovereign and a king or a queen. And the rest of the population owing, okay, it's just like if you partake in a rape, okay, you're the one that's liable, okay? If you partake in unfair, unjust, illegal, unlawful segregation, I don't care if it's 1 or if it's 5 million. You're partaking in it. You're treasonous, right? You're illegal. That the illegal comes from not equal, right? So the majority is partaking in an exercise to rape the rights of someone else that is meant to be equal, because it doesn't matter if you're pro or you don't care about these vax things. They're just it's just like some people take aspirin, other people don't take aspirin, okay? Some people I don't know, need to be on specific medication because it helps them. Other people don't need it. It's exactly the same thing. It is a private medical information that it shouldn't matter, right? But you're using that private information and bringing about, not bringing it, and interfering, which that's trespassing, which that's breaking the law on others. Full stop. I think I'll end it on that one. I could go on and on and on, but the main takeaway is, nothing's worth giving your rights away. Absolutely nothing, especially when our forefathers, as it were, our grandparents, and so on and so forth, all the way going back down the lineage, have sacrificed their lives for us to have our freedom and to not have tyrants like this, right? So at the moment, society has taken a lot of steps backwards. It's not one step. It's not one step back and two steps forward. No. It has been like 10 steps backwards by what they've done. It's even worse than physical violence because that can be counted for. But when you're doing this is what is it? It's a passive aggressive sort of thing. Then you are just completely criminal. Full stop. So I wish strength to everyone out there. Hey, if I can do it, other people can do it. You can use this content here and examples to apply in other areas of life. You can apply it to dating. You can apply it to interviews when it comes to jobs. You can apply it to anything that you could use to make decisions and things like this. What else? You could also use it when it comes to what I've been saying and what I'm doing. Choices where you live. Okay, you don't have to go and never become desperate and think that there's no options. There's always more options, but you have to be patient, right? Sometimes you might not have any options in the near present, right? But you still do have the option of not despairing and knowing that there will open more doors and options will open up in the future. Okay? That's where it's at. So I'll leave it there and be freedom oriented. If you're a guy, don't despair with relationships at the moment, especially here in New Zealand. The way in full colon Zealand of the Terra Australis full stop to the duty-bound natives like myself, and New Zealand corporation for the ones that work in the governments and all of that. I recommend right to the guys that are looking for a girl to have a family. I would genuinely recommend that you don't despair and don't follow suit like a lot of other people to then regret things, right? If you want to bring into this life, into this world, someone that's autonomous, to have a child that's autonomous with inherent rights, right? Not someone that will have a lot of suffering, right? That will be a victim, right? By allowing the corporations to do what they want with the wishes of you and your clan, the clan that you're trying to create. And to the ladies, I'm sorry, but yeah, there's few male guys that I see that can potentially, they have the traits to be a living man, and there's even less girls that I've seen out there with traits to be a living woman. A living woman and a living man are people that have live-life claims and that can make proper claims. They have standing in law. They are their own judiciary, okay? They're their own legislative power. They are their own attorney if they need to be, okay? Humans cannot do this. and have corporations looking after their estates, looking after their kids. And a lot of times, maybe even 80% of the times, I've seen a lot of misfortune happen. Okay? A lot of misfortune. Those kids will suffer and are walking down a line. They almost don't have a choice of becoming a living man or a living woman, right? Of having standing in law, because you as a human male and your partner as a human female are getting walked into all these scenarios and things. And especially now with the grid that's in place and you going and signing for these things, giving them a pass, getting a passport for these things to occur. It's about social engineering. It's about track tracing and databasing. They're telling you about it. If you think that stuff won't be used to manage your estate on your behalf in ways that you might not like, in ways that might not benefit you, you are highly mistaken. So all the best out there, and think about it. You have until the age of 50, 60 to be able to create a child with a fertile woman. So I'm not going to give that chance of doing this correctly so that in the here and now I get some sort of happiness. And 9 times out of 10, when I've gone and taken the happiness in the here and now, even in the here and now, there was no happiness, and then there was a whole lot of hurting, a whole lot of headache, a whole lot of extra work to do for nothing, because it's not even pleasure in the here and now anymore. And especially, and it can't be when you know what it does and what it is. It's one thing when like when you're young and you got no clue about something, you will enjoy that even just for the experience of it. Even if it's a bad experience, you might enjoy it because you haven't had it before. But when you've had a lot of experiences, even a good experience, if it doesn't make sense and you're not benefiting from it in the long run, you usually just don't even enjoy it. Like alcohol, say. You know, it gets old sometimes. It gets old. You know? Is it worth the hangover the next day? Not really. Full stop. All the best. Keep it real as the word out there. This is full colon Bogdan-Saris, full colon Kuku, full stop. Copyright, copy, claim. Live life claiming and postmaster. All the best out there. Please do share, like, and subscribe for the ones that genuinely believe in this way of life, being a live life claimant, looking for correctness, freedom, and with the stopping and correcting of the fraudulent, misleading ways and the misinformation. Cheers. Good night.